What is a deck? Nothing but a miserable pile of staples! Have at ye! Imagine a format where you have no staples, because you can craft no cards, open no bundles, buy no structure decks. Imagine a challenge run where all you have is 80 random Yu-Gi-Oh cards and your own will to survive. Could you win even a single duel on the Master Duel ladder? If you can, you'll be rewarded with one additional pack to add to your collection, plus whatever legacy packs you pick up along the way. Use them wisely, because in a Masochist run, that's all you'll be getting, and every card counts. I'm Hardleg Joe, if you didn't know, and it's time for me to fulfill my destiny. Like Simo before me, I will take up Yu-Gi-Oh's most difficult challenge and try my best to reach the top of the Master Duel ladder under the most insane conditions possible. Grab a snack and lean back, cause it's gonna be a long and bumpy ride. Last time on Master Duel Masochist. So I've got the ability to search, but if I searched what I searched, I guess it's worth doing. Oh, okay. We take those? We take those. A high-stakes battle for both of us. Whoever wins this will get into Silver 1. And I'm going first, which gives me a small advantage. If I was playing a good deck, it would give me a huge advantage, but I ain't. Oh, come on. You can make it. I believe in you. There we go. We barely made it. Fuck. Set a Tenyi, or sorry, Yang Zing. Set a card. Your move. 40 card deck, 15 card extra deck. So they've at least got consistent. Not consistent. Oh, I guess it would be consistent. They've got good ratios, deck building ratios. The question is, are they playing a good deck? Wow, they really having a thunk about it. Maybe it's just because I'm tired, but it feels like we've been here for at least 7 minutes. 7.5 maybe. Might just run out the timer. I really wish I could come up with another long monologue like I did that one time when I told a story about a bridge, but unfortunately, my mind is not in the right headspace to do so. My mind is somewhere else, on vacation, perhaps? Chilling in the backyard, laying in a, like a deck chair. You know, by the pool, where you get to, like, hang out. Like, my mind is chilling, it ain't, like, stressed or whatever, but it's like, you ask it if it wants to come up with a story, and it's like,
nah, dog, I just wanna sip some lemonade.
I'm like, I don't even like lemonade. They're like,
Well, I'm your mind, I'm different from you.
I was like, are you? That feels kind of weird. In fact, I'm uncertain how we're even having this conversation. And they're like,
well, you see, your mind is like the upper part of your brain, but you still got like the brain stem, like the spinal column, that contains some base amount of your lizard brain. And it just so happens that your lizard brain is pretty good at conversation. You know, you played so much Yu-Gi-Oh at this point that you can almost do it on instinct. Like, I would not be surprised if you ever had kids, they would probably come out the womb able to play Yu-Gi-Oh, having some like innate style. Like, you set some cards in front of that baby, and they're going to be able to know, like, where to set their back row and everything. They'll be playing around Mech Knights without ever understanding why.
I am curious, though, you know, while we're here just kind of chilling out, talking about stuff, comment in the comments, when did you start playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Assuming you did play Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess if you haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, you can let us know, but I assume almost everyone here has played it at some point. If you're unfamiliar with my story, I didn't really start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Until I was in, like, my 20s. Like, the game came out when I was, like, a kid, but I thought it was dumb when I was a kid. I didn't have any friends who were into it. So by the time I, like, went to my first locals, it was, like, ICSI format. So I have, like, I you know, there's all these people nostalgic about GOAT and, Edison and, like, playing these, like, playground formats and Dark Arm Dragon, and I just completely passed by all of that. Like, the first locals I went to, there was a guy playing Inzektor. I'm sorry, not Inzektor. Wind Up? I think it was Wind... It might have been both. I don't know. I started in 2023. Yeah, there's a lot of people that got started way late into the game. Like, I used to feel like I was the odd one out because, again, I didn't start until the game already had a bunch of stuff in there. But now I'm seeing more and more people where they're like, yeah, I picked up the game around Snake Eye format. Well, timeout win? Timeout win. They were too intimidated by my set cards. Either that or they thought I was a crazy person. Like, could you just imagine if, like, you sat down next to someone and they set 2 cards, and then instead of talking to you, they turned to the side and started having a conversation with their brain? I would be a little stunned, too. I might get up and walk away. Hard to say. Hard to leg. Either way, we get 2 packs. Alright, we're master. We're packing. We're picking some of that action. We're opening up some cards. We're doing it with Hardleg. Sylvan Hermitry. This is, I mean, it's a good card in the Sylvan archetype. I'm not even going to bother reading it, but Mr. Metal, if you want to put up the Yugi poop for the tree, I always thought that one was really funny. Made that a while ago. Then we got Ixie Remora. You can special summon this by detaching 2 materials from a monster you control. When summoned this way, you can target 2 level fish in your graveyard, special summon them in defense. Their effects are negated. They can't attack or change their battle positions and cannot be used as material for an Ixie, except for an Ixie summon of a water monster. This is one of those cards that always seems like it would be really good, but you usually want to keep the material on the things that you got. You gotta already have some setup. Then we've got Shadow Vampire, who I really like the art. It's like this weird giant, like, Titan vampire that's like walking over the mountains. Very creepy. Can't be used as Ixie material except for a dark monster. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a dark vampire from your hand or deck. The monsters you control can't attack except for that special summoned monster. Not great. Then we've got Constellar Virgo, which we've already got. We've got another Melfi Pinny, good for the like level 2 beast deck, makes that a little better. We got Pear Psychroid. It's an angry bike. And we've got Frightfur Meister. I always forget that Frightfurs, like, have a Pendulum card. I think they have, like, 2 of them. They're not very good. So, Pendulum, you contribute a Frightfur, Fluffle, or Edge Imp, special summon a Fiend from your deck with the same level but a different name. I wonder if you could use this to, like, bridge Fluffles into Fiendsmith, because you could just get, like, a Light Fiend of the same level. Possibly, oops. And then on the field, which would be hard to do because it's a level 8 monster, during your main phase, you can summon a Frightfur, Fluffle, or Edge Imp from your deck. You can't summon out of the extra deck except for fusions. Tribute 2 or more fiends, special summon a Frightfur fusion from your extra deck whose levels equal the combined levels of that monster. This is treated as a fusion summon. It's like a fusion synchro. Weird. Weird and probably not useful for us. What's our special one, or shiny? Fire King Skyburn. I don't have a ton of Fire King cards, but this makes them a lot better. Target an equal number of Fire King monsters you control and cards your opponent controls, destroy them. If a Fire King card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this instead. Yeah, pretty good if we ever get the Fire Kings. All right, and then we get our rank up pack. This is for persisting. This is for telling like a long enough monologue to keep people invested. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know. I can cut it out in the future. If we got a slow duel, I'll just stand up and go use the restroom or whatever. It's Croissant! He's so adorable! He's got the little, like, butt. Then we got Battle Guard Rage, good for warriors. We've got Nemesis Keystone, which is not the best Nemesis because it doesn't search the one we want, but it's not terrible, not terrible. We've got a Karakuri card that we don't care. I guess I'll read it still. Each time a Karakuri monster battle position is changed, place a counter on this. You can send it to the graveyard, draw 1 card for each Karakuri. Karakuris already have enough draw power, you probably don't want to use that one. We got Ghost Trick Witch. Can't be normal summoned or set, or sorry, it can be set. It can't be normal summoned unless you control a Ghost Trick. Once per turn, change this card face down. Once per turn, target a monster your opponent controls, change it face down. It's just Book of Moon, but in witch form. Then we got another Hell Shadal, which we already possessed. Limit Overdrive. Quick effect, target a Tuner Synchro monster and a non-Tuner Synchro you control, return them that you control to the extra deck. Special summon a Synchro from your extra deck that has a level equal to the combined level that the 2 monsters had on the field, ignoring its summoning conditions. So this is a way to cheat out, kind of, something like Blazar Dragon. that's kind of made entirely redundant by the fact that Crimson Dragon exists. But maybe if we ever get like a Cosmic Blazer or whatever, this would be easier, because we don't have to use 3 monsters. We just gotta get a tuner and a non-tuner and this card. Probably not, but you know, I like to look on the bright side of life. What's our last card here? Anything decent? Star Eater? Not terrible. I mean, really, there's only 2 level 11 synchros that are good. It's this one and Pep. And Psychic End Punisher is by far the better of the 2, but this is not terrible. So it must be synchroed. It can't be negated. When it's summoned, cards and effects can't be activated, which basically means like no Trap Hole, no Torrential Tribute. And if it attacks, it's unaffected until the end of the damage step. So it's just a big bungus. It's just a big 3200 beater that's like a little sticky. Like, you can't Solemn it, you can't Torrential Tribute it, you can't Mirror Force it. It was pretty decent when it came out, if you could get enough stars on board. These days, probably not great, but, you know, depending on how our levels shake out, maybe someday we'll play this. Probably not today, though. For now, let's just jump back into it. Chat is telling me we're on a 4-game win streak. 5-game? I think we're on a 4-game, and we win 1 more, it'll be a 5-game. There we go. It feels like it takes longer to load every time. Well, alright. Walty has a 49 card deck with a 14 card extra deck. I think we'll just play it safe. See what you got. Alright, Walty. Show me what you got. The last 3 duels have been non-duels. Don't let me down. I'll take a loss as long as something happens. I'm trying to entertain the people here. Alright, things not looking too good for Walty. We've got a tuner. Tuner? I barely even know her, but let's just make Chambara, shall we? Chambara with a 500 attack boost. That's not game by any means, but it does a lot of damage. Oh, this isn't the attack boost one. That's the level 4. This one is can't be destroyed by battle, which I guess is good. So we go up, we attack, we gain 200. We attack again, we gain 200. So they're a little over halfway dead. Let's see what you got from here. Come on, Walty. You don't give up. You can put, there we go. At least they got a something. And this can only do face-up monsters, so. Granted, we can just normal summon Mystery Shell, and if that has less than 2400 or can be destroyed by battle, they're gonna have a little bit of a spot of bother. Alright. Let's go. 24. 26. Oh? You got something? Crossroad Sonic Chick. The tuner sent to the graveyard, you could special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then if Junk Warrior, or a card that mentions it, you can change them to defense position. But Junk Warrior is not on the field. So we go up to 25, and then we go 2000. Huh? Well, at least they summoned a couple cards. I feel like your Synchro combo deck didn't combo Synchro the way you wanted to. Alright, we've been ignoring the legacy packs for too long. We got 10 of them. Let's try to pop these open real quick. Hoo-ha, flip them up, close your eyes, don't look. Phonon Pulse Dragon, not Photon. Phonon. A level 4 generic. When it's summoned, you can declare a level from 1 to 3. This becomes that level, but you're locked into Synchro summons. One of those weird cards that, like, doesn't make it easier to summon monsters, but makes it easier to make, like, Excel Synchrons by giving you, like, a 4 that could technically be anything. It's all a very brief amount of playability. I can't imagine we would ever play it, although it does have synergy with that weird card, the Synchron spell that we grabbed in the last pack. It's like, hey, now we got a Synchro tuner that can change its level. Peking Goblin. How rude. Your opponent reveals the top 3 cards of their deck. Choose 1 to place on the bottom of the deck. Place the other 2 on the top of the deck in any order. Probably not worth it. Great Dizard. I mean, he got that look about him, I tell you what. When this monster destroys the following number of monsters as a result of battle, the following effects are activated in order. 1. As long as this card is on the field, negate the effects, the activation and effects of all spell traps that target this card and destroy them. 2. You can special summon Fusion Richie from your hand or deck by tributing this card. This needs like problem-solving card decks. I don't understand how this works. When this card destroys the following number of monsters as a result of battle. So, like, do you have to do 2 in 1 turn, or does it, like, remember that it destroyed a monster that previous turn, and then if you do it again, you can summon it? Look at related cards. I mean, I know what Fusion Reach is. It can only be summoned by tributing a great Gazar that has fulfilled its conditions. You can flip this face down. As long as this monster is face up on the field, negate all spell traps that target them. When it's flipped face up, you can special summon a zombie from your graveyard. Weird, very weird. Fulliser Dragon, the dual mode beast. This actually saw some playability for a while. It was really good in old skill drain decks, back when that was like its own playstyle. You can normal summon and set this without tributing, but its attack and defense become halved. So you could summon this under skill drain, because the effect in the hand, like, let you do it, and then once it got to the field, it was negated, so it would be 2800. Or you'd, like, summon it out, or set it as like a 2000, then when it got destroyed, you could bring it back as a 2800. Turret Warrior. Special summon this by tributing a warrior. It gains attack equal to the tributed monster's attack. There's a bunch of cheeky OTKs you can do with this. World Legacy World Crown. That's an actually, like, good card, especially with the cyber slop we've got with all the Crusadias. That's actually a pretty good pickup. Novox's Prayer. You can summon Skull Guardian. Is this voiceless voice? This looks a little bit like low. Javelin Beetle Pact. Summon Javelin Beetle. Wetlands. All Aqua type level 2 or lower monsters gain 1200 attack. Funnily enough, I actually play one of the really early decks I played back on What a Deck was a Paleozoic deck built around this, where I was like, Ixie summon? Who would want to do that? I'll just summon all of the Paleos as monsters and then make them 2400 beaters. As I recall, it didn't work very well. Fusion Substitute, that's polymerization. It's always polymerization. I mean, that gives us something we can do with the Cyber Jormungandr. Vampire Lady sure is. Mother Spider, if you have an insect in your graveyard, you can send 2 defense position cards your opponent controls to the graveyard to summon this card from your hand. Neat. I wonder if we'll ever get a proper spider archetype. Monoceros, we already got that. I'm pretty sure I know we have this already. Red Potan. Target 1 Potan monster you control. Treat it as a tuner until the end of the next turn. The monster is synchro summoned while you control this monster. You can special summon a Potan from your hand or deck. Yeah, the rare Potan archetype. Technically, it's got the words in quotes. It is an archetype. It's not a good archetype. I think it has like 2 members. It's terrible. Nemuriko. A childlike creature that controls a sleep fiend to beckon enemies into eternal slumber. That escalated quickly. Hi-yo! Kurama is a bird. We've already seen this. The battle position of a monsters that are flipped up cannot be changed. And that's it. That's it. So we got like 1 or 2 good pickups, some decent stuff, but they're legacy packs. And then we get 1 decent master pack. It's got a UR in it, and I want to believe that UR is great. I can feel the pride flowing through it, but I don't think it's going to happen. A Blaze Accelerator, that's not a terrible pickup. I mean, we want the better ones for if we ever wanted to play Volcanics, but at least we got 1. That'll be useful. Fire Formation. Sorry, I accidentally read that as Fire Formation Daniel. Daniel, the Fire Formation. When this card is activated, you can ritual summon a Beast Warrior by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal or exceed. If this card is sent to the Spell Trap Zone, target a Fire Fist in your graveyard and special summon it. Yeah, we ain't gonna be doing that. We got a Witch Doctor of Sparta, which we already have and is not good. We've got Gladiator Beast Comeback, which is good if we get a million other Gladiator Beasts. Talos of Shuralane. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by battle. Oh, it's an illusion. You can only use each effect once per turn. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, target a fiend or an illusion you control, except itself, shuffle it into the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from the hand. Interesting. So it's a way that my emissary from the House of Wax can dodge out of battle. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets your cards, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, return this card from the field to the hand, and if you do, destroy this monster. If we ever get enough illusions together, this might be pretty decent. I don't know what's going on here. They're like puppeteering this. Like they got hands that are coming out of their hands, that are coming out of their hips. Is this Gaga Gigo? No, they wouldn't do that to Gaga Gigo, would they? Interesting. Very interesting. We got another Dark Magician Bubble Party or whatever. Our super rare is Ritual Beast Steeds, which is good for the Ritual Beasts, of which we have none. And what disappointed you are do we got today? Onslaught of the Fire Kings! They're giving me all the Fire King cards. I guess next time, shit, I don't know, we've got enough, cyber stuff, that might be worth it, but this is pretty decent too. Only your opponent controls a monster. Summon a Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast from your deck. Its effects are negated, destroyed at the end phase. I mean, it is just a free monster. The problem is, when we have a Garunix or whatever its name is, like the old Fire King boss monster, and it's just way too slow, like destroying something in the standby phase isn't really worth it, but it is a free monster. Maybe we can use it in the Tri-Brigade deck if we ever go back on that. It's a good pickup for sure that'll be useful, but like so many things today, it won't be useful for the deck we're playing, so let's just go on back. One more win and we get into gold, where we can unlock some real stuff. A reminder, if you're just joining on, if you're new to the Masochist experience, every win in gold, we get some kind of bonus pack if we have free packs that Konami has given us that we can open. Alright, this isn't our stun deck, but we do have one stun card in it, and we'll play it if we get a chance. I guess we just set this in case for later. Let's see, can you get around Inspector Border? They've got a 6-card extra deck. I probably should have looked at that before I did it. To be fair, like if I set one of these and then went like, this can't be summoned while I control a monster, you kind of have to set it out first turn or you can't do anything. Target one Dragon Maid, special summon one with a different name. Alright, it's a pity you can't activate your effects to get the spell traps. You have to fusion first. We really aren't getting the most exciting duels. I tell you what, this episode has been The Opponent's Surrender, the movie, the game. Maybe we'll have more luck in gold. Maybe we'll do that, you know? Alright, we're getting more master packs. I'm trying to make it fast because I feel like I've spent most of this episode opening packs. The duels have been so quick. Okay, we got Fusion Tag, which is pretty good. We already have one of them. We got Chronomaly Gordian Knot. If it's summoned, special summon a Chronomaly from your hand, and if you do, this card's level becomes that card's level. Really good for Ixie summoning. Then we got Evil Hero Infernal Gainer, which we actually do have an Evil Hero package. I don't think we've looked at it. Maybe I'll have to do that after this. During your main phase, banish this from the field, target a fiend you control. That card can make a second attack during each battle phase while you control it. Once per turn, during your second standby after this card was banished, special summon it. Sorry, my mind just completely wiped over that. I don't think it's very good. It can do Piercing Maid? No, a second attack? Sure, why not? Shark Fortress we already have and can't make. Bujinji Boar is for Bujins. You don't know, Bujins are like a protect the castle. It's like, if you control a Bujin, banish this from your graveyard, target an attack position monster your opponent controls, change it face down, and its defense becomes 0. They're one of those things, like you make a Bujin Ixie, and half the Bujins are graveyard things that you banish to do something, and the other half are like hand traps. So it's just like, during your opponent's turn, you use the hand traps. During your turn, you do the thing. That's not a bad one, but we need a lot more. Necros of Gungnir. You can discard one Necros, target a card, destroy it. You can discard this card, target a Necros, it cannot be destroyed. Okay, this isn't one of the ones that searches though, so unfortunately it's not very good helping us with that. Then we got a Constellar that we already have, and Gadget Trio. You can add Shining Sarcophagus. If we can get Shining Sarcophagus, that would be like an engine all of itself. So we got something that searches it, but we need a lot more, and I think this is the first Shining Sarc thing we have. So nothing too impressive, and what do we get for ranking up into gold? Show me the gold hammer. Ba-bow. Get a bunch of cards, we flip them up. It's Mystic Swordsman level 4, you know them. Vendread Knights. Discard a card, add a Vendread monster. Only use this once per turn. When a Vendread destroys an opponent's monster by battle, banish one from your graveyard, and this can attack again. Not terrible if we wanted to do Vendread stuff, but we don't. Catapult Warrior. It's a generic level 5. It's a warrior. You contribute a junk monster and inflict damage equal to the attack. Just a cheesy burn card. Probably used in the anime at some point. Not good for us. FA Test Run, which is good in FAs, but we need a lot more of those. Scrap Lube. No comment. Select one scrap monster in your graveyard. Summon that monster. Its effects are negated. When this card is removed from the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is removed from the field, destroy this card. You cannot battle the turn you activate this. The things we used to do for a monster reborn, I tell you what. Hey, Gadarla, the mystery dust kaiju. That's a second kaiju. If we do ever make like a go second deck, now we got two of them things. They're not the weakest ones. Like, you know, I'd prefer a Kamungus. Kamungus would be fine. Or a, what's Gamma Seal? I should know that by now. But still, you know, it's good to pick these up. Good removal. Then we got Area the Water Charmer and Landois's Luminous Moss. Activate if you control an Aturia. The opponent's effect monsters cannot activate their effects this turn. Interesting. Do they often use the text, the opponent? Usually it's your opponent, right? That's weird. The opponent sounds like it's like a biblical like thing, like the ancient opponent arises. So yeah, a decent pickup, nothing too fancy. Let's go into gold. We got a couple more duels left in me. Giddy up, 409. First duel in gold, and we have lost the coin toss. But maybe our opponent will let us go first. Or they'll just disappear. First duel in gold, and it's a high stakes battle for them. We get to go first, however. Jump right in, hear the urge, there we go. Skin to skin, and we go, here I am. Jump right in. Yep. These sure are Yang Zings. I think we'll just go in attack mode. We're not afraid to die. Especially with Divine Wrath, we can discard the Chi Wen and then maybe summon it. Not afraid to die, not afraid to live. The only thing I fear is fear itself. And werewolves. They got big spooky claws. Are we gonna have another surrender type thing? I guess Gold 5 would have a whole lot of like bots and stuff. It's just weird. If I knew it was gonna be like this, I would have written down some stuff to talk about. I know Elsie just put out a video pretty recently, at least at the time I was recording this. If you don't know, Elsie is a small Yugi tuber. I would recommend. His whole thing is that like he just learned to play Yu-Gi-Oh after playing Magic for years. And he made an interesting video where he's like, here's a bunch of staple cards in Magic, and then he tries to adapt them to Yu-Gi-Oh to see if they could help against like the current meta or whatever. And some of them are like pretty good and some of them are like comically hilariously wrong. I think one of the funny things is he accidentally names a card, he like gives them new names, and he gives one, he's like, I'm gonna call this one Forbidden Chalice because it's based off this other Chalice card. He's like, I don't think there's a card in Yu-Gi-Oh called that. Like, you would be surprised. Huh? And there we go, they're gone. Yep, another duel, lost to time. Yeah, if that interests you at all, the channel is ELCEE. It's 5 letters, and most of them are E. Alright, so we got our first win in gold for the night, and usually that means we get to open up a bonus pack. However, we've already gotten a bonus card. I got a bonus card the moment I opened up Master Duel today, and I was unable to not accept it. We've got a C101 Silent Honor Dark that has been added into our collection, a royal rare of all things, and we made the rule previously that if something like that happened, we couldn't use it until we earned it. So, in lieu of opening up a bonus gold pack, we're instead just going to accept this into our collection. We now have a Silent Honor Dark. Ooh ah. So, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to use it, but we have it. Let's go ahead and open our master pack. All right, and here's our master pack for that win that we got on the ladder. I don't know why I'm quoting everything. Earth Armor Ninja. You do in that pose. If your opponent controls a monster and you do not, you can special summon this from your hand. It's free level 5. If we want to make rank 5s or some kind of synchro or whatever, it's pretty nice. Then we've got a Elegy, the Melodious Diva, which we already possess. Archfiend's Fervor. This is a brand new card. If you control an Archfiend ritual monster in the extra monster zone, I'm going to stop you right there because I don't believe that'll ever happen, and so the rest of the text doesn't matter. Let's just go on to the next one, which is another Bujin card. When a Beast Warrior Bujin is targeted for an attack, you can send this from your hand to the graveyard, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the attacker's attack. Not too terrible. We got another one of those, which we have, another rank 3 that we don't need. The Chronomaly Field spell, which is not useful, and Tribe Drive. That's a little bit of a tongue twister there. If you have 3 or more different monster types on the field, you can choose 3 monsters from your deck with different types, but with the same type as the monsters you control. Then your opponent randomly chooses one for you to either add to your hand or special summon. Place the remaining monsters on the bottom of the deck in any order. Strange. I mean, we definitely can't use it in the worm pile because it's mostly worms. I don't think that's useful in like trap form. Yeah, this seems like a legacy pack card. So nothing really all that useful. Let's go back to it. They call me Dr. Worm. Good morning, how are you? I'm Dr. Worm. I'm interested in things. I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real worm. I am an actual worm. I live like a worm, and I like to play the drums. I think I'm getting good, but I could handle disciplism. Criticism. Fuck, I'm tired. Old school heroes. Captain Gold to get Skyscraper. We play in Little City. So if a monster attacks with a monster that has higher attack, the elemental hero gains 1,000. So I need to defeat this with something that has 2,600, which I can't do. I really need something to destroy stuff. Oh, it's only when they attack. In that case, here's Thunder King Ryo. Battle phase. Get out of here. You thought you had angel power, but you didn't. A set card. 2 set cards. I will allow it. Ah, just in time. Behold the power of a normal monster. I am the vessel for the dragon. Let's go ahead and send this big brick card. Neither player can search because of Thunder King Ryo. I forget he's reciprocal. I hope this isn't Clayman. It's not Clayman. It's Voltic. Hero Signal. Ba-na-na, 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 ba-na-na-na-na-na. Chilling out with the crew at the schoolyard. Now it's Clayman. They're actually playing an anime deck. Yeah, 60 cards. I gotta have room for all of Jaden stuff. Judai. Hey Judai. Don't make it bad eye. You take a sad song and make it better. Alright, so I can get a 7 or I can get a 6. So let's go ahead and normal summon Alumirage. Behold! The dragon! Get out of here. Now you can scrape the bottom of the dirt pile. Get out of here, Clayman. 2,000. Was that Mask Hero Flash? When this card is destroyed by battle, you can banish this card and 3 elemental heroes with different names from your graveyard to target a normal spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Yep. Unfortunately, you didn't have any normal spells in your graveyard. Good thing that can't grab any spell, because if they immediately got back the Skyscraper, I would be a little upset. Reborn the Monster! Yeah, that's fine. I didn't even see what they look. I'm looking to see, like, do we have any level 9s? I've got a 7 and a 2. I could make a 9. This fucker just special summoned Clayman again. And Winged Karibo! In attack mode? I'm like mildly, I'm afraid. What are you planning? I guess we're going to attack. Battle phase. Let's get rid of the Clayman again. Let's attack Winged Karibo. You take no damage for the rest of this turn. What? My Thunder King Ryo did no damage? How could this be? Fifth Hope. Target 5 elemental heroes in your graveyard. Shuffle into the deck. Draw 2 or draw 3 if you have no other cards on the field. They only draw 2. It's like Pot of Greed. Elemental hero Heat. Unfortunately, you're slightly weaker than everything else I got. Yeah, this is just Pot of Avarice, but specific to heroes. Sorry. At least we had like some fights. Some stuff happened. They managed to forestall me for a little bit. We gotta take a look at this. We gotta see what the hell we got. What kind of angel power did they have? Why are you playing 3 copies of Heat? They're playing Wing Karibo level 10. Playing Rainbow Dragon. They're playing Neos. Yeah, this is just an anime deck. They got Sabatiel, the Philosopher's Stone. They got Spark Blaster! Just in case they get their one Sparkman. Very, very silly. Alright, so since we got a win in gold and we have a free Tri-Brigade pack, we're gonna open up that as our bonus pack. And I feel it works because the Tri-Brigades are the heroes of the Albaz storyline, even if they don't really fusion summon. So one free pull here, and it's got a shiny in it. Ooh-ah. Let's start with the half of the deck that is the Tri-Brigade stuff. We got another Fractal. Hey, we wanted that. We got another Brigand. We're only getting cards we already have. Yeah, I guess we could get the Link 4. That would be pretty sweet. The Standoff, which we already have. And Tri-Brigade Rendezvous. Unless they got Albaz and Declisi all tied up. Why would they do such a thing? Target any number of linked Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast. They gain 700 attack. If a linked Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast would be destroyed, you can banish this from your graveyard instead. That's not very useful at all. We didn't get anything. Okay, and then this is just a master pack. This is just half of a master pack. Machine Assembly Line, Cypher Bit. Target a Galaxy Eyes or Cypher Ixie. Attach this card as material. If you do, the next time it would be destroyed this turn, it is not. Terrible. Oh. Amazonis Hot Spring. The Censored Art. When this card is activated, you can take one Amazonis card from your deck and either add it to your hand, or, if it's a Pendulum monster, place it in your Pendulum Zone. When you take battle damage while you control an Amazonis monster, you can gain life points equal to the damage you take. You can only use this effect once per turn. Not terrible for Amazonis, but we ain't playing Amazonis. And our last card is another Battling Boxer that ain't good. Okay, let's go to our Master Pack. Whoa, mama. We got a Master Pack. What do you think about that? It's got a Royal Rare, and it's stuffed on in the back. I'm actually not sure if it's a Royal Rare. I guess we'll find out. Eco, Mystical Spirit of the Forest. Hold up, or I'll throw a tomato at you. When you take damage from an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took, and both players take no further effect damage this turn. Anti-burn card. It's kind of like Gore's with fundamental differences. Then we've got a Prominence, the Molten Swordsman. This is a Lobble card. I ain't reading that. Yubel. Hi, Yubel. I assume you're all familiar with Yubel? I mean, if not, you can read it, but it's Yubel. It's good if we get more Yubel support, but I don't think we have any Yubel support. TG Tank Grub, we've already got. Dino Mist Rush, we've already got. Triamid Pulse is a Triamid card, although it works with any rocks, right? Once per turn, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard, any combination of rock monsters or field spells, then activate one of these effects. Target a face-up card and destroy it. Target a rock in your graveyard and summon it. Target 3 field spells in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, draw 1 card. If we ever get like a Adamancipator at Home style deck, then this will probably see play. Any kind of rock deck or like Magnet Warriors, but unlikely at the moment. Then we've got Noctavision Dragon. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a face-down card you control. Quick effect. You can banish this from your graveyard, negate the effect. Your opponent cannot target that face-down card with card effects for the rest of the turn. I remember I always see this and I'm like, if it was from the hand, it would be good, but because it has to get in the graveyard first, and there's not an easy way to do this, it's just like useless. And then you can use each effect once per turn. If a Dark Dragon is special summoned, you can summon this from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material, you can draw 1 card. So maybe in like Dragon Link, but we're nowhere near making Dragon Link. And our last card? Oh, brother! They really just determined to give me the most useless extra deck cards in the game, aren't they? This is Flower Cardian Light Flare. It's a level 10 that takes a tuner and 4 non-tuners. So you gotta use your entire board if you want to make this work. It's practically impossible to summon, except in Flower Cardian specifically. Once per turn, during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap, you can negate and destroy it. If a Flower Cardian battles an opponent's monster, that monster has its effects negated during the battle phase. If this face-up card is destroyed and leaves the field, you can summon a Flower Cardian Synchro from your extra deck, except this. I mean, as far as boss monsters go, especially for the time, a spell trap negate that has 5,000 and negates battle effects and floats, not too bad. But we cannot summon this in anything but Cardians, and there's no way we're playing Cardians, so yeah, let's just jump back into it. It's another duel. I don't feel like a fool. We got 2 copies of Long Wan. I don't know what we get, but I'm not upset because I might just be the one. Bum, 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 bum. And I was gonna say, maybe we don't want to do this because we only have 1 card in the graveyard, so we would lose the protection. But actually, Citri, because it banishes the material, summoning it gives us a way to trigger Chen Ying during the opponent's turn. I do have to remember, they need a card both on their field and graveyard. We are against my arch nemesis player. They're going to the battle phase. Evenly matched. Goodbye. I see. Dimensional Fissure. I see. Pot of Desires. You're only making me stronger. Do I want to use the effect now? Probably not, right? Like, this only helps me. This makes it so easy. Like, anytime anything goes to the graveyard now, I can trigger my effect, and I only get more powerful. Oh, Dinomicious. More banishing. 42. Now I just gotta hope they don't summon Gren Maju to Isa. Wait, can I even activate this? Yeah, it's just a discard. Another one! I'm getting so tough! Big guy. Big guy, big guy, big guy. Chen Ying, big guy, pants okay. Chen Ying, big guy, pants okay. Yep, that's fine. Unicorn in their 8-card deck. Sure. You want to activate that effect, buddy? You can activate that effect. I don't think you wanted to do that, buddy. Did you just banish a card? Let's get this off of there, and let's banish this as well. Oh, they didn't have one before. Oh, it came back. Question is, do they have another way to get something onto the field? Uh-oh. Take 1 monster. That's unfortunate. I don't think you can use the other effect this turn, though, because you already used it. Tribute? Okay. Let's just get rid of this, shall we? I mean, I'm about to take a lot of damage. It'd be funny if they somehow managed to OTK us with our own Chen Ying. They can't. Chen Ying disappeared! No! They surrendered while Chen Ying was over there! Why did it come back to me? I mean, that was funny. They took it with them. You can imagine they're just like, you win, and they scoop it up and they just walk off with my Chen Ying. Alright, we beat Kashtiras. Kashtiras are an Ixie deck. Mimighouls are also an Ixie deck. So let's take our 1 free pull from the Mimighoul deck, shall we? See if we get anything fancy. Not that we're anywhere close to getting a Mimighoul deck together. Swarm of Centipedes. Huh? If this is flip face up, target a monster on the field, flip it face up or face down. During your main phase, you can change this face down. I didn't know they made another Pac-Man card. Interesting. Very interesting. Probably won't use it, but, you know, it's nice to know that exists. And now I've got 2 of them. And now I've got a playset. You want to give me a 4th one while we're at it? No? Okay. We got a whole plan, like I learned it exists, and now we have 3. Maybe we should build around it, just have a whole flip deck. Okay, what's in the Master Duel, or the Master Pack half? Proxy Dragon. Oh wait, we already have one of these. Oh wait, I think it's from the starter deck though. So now we got a Proxy Dragon that's generic we can just make. That's pretty good. Reactor Slime. Lets you get slime tokens. We can also set Metal Reflect Slime. So if you ever get like an Egyptian god slime, this is a way to make that. We got another Speedroid Skull Marbles. I think this is like our 4th or 5th one. And Earthbound Servant Yugioh Gremlina. Takes an Earthbound and a Dark. If this is special summoned, you can add an Earthbound from your deck to your hand. You can target a Dark Synchro, you can attack directly this turn. If a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by an Earthbound card, you can target one of those monsters, inflict damage equal to its original attack. Yeah, I do have some Earthbound stuff. I forget what the package I have. I know we have Earthbound Fusion. The problem is this doesn't really do anything. It's like a combo extender, right? Like it gets me another Earthbound. If I can make a Synchro as well, I can do something. But I don't have like Harmonic Synchro Fusion to use with this. But it's probably a decent pickup. Let's see what our Master Pack has. Master Pack. Boom. Boom. We got a Master Pack. Boom. Boom. We got a Master Pack. Bump. Bump. Overworked. You're telling me, buddy. Dogmatica Lawbringer. Oh, they got Universes Beyond Street Fighter. They're putting Vega in our game. That's pretty neat. If a monster special summoned from the extra deck on the field and this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. If this card is special summoned, you can have each player send one monster from their extra deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you could target a Dogmatica in your graveyard, add it to your hand. It's decent if I ever get a whole bunch of other Dogmatica cards, but I don't really have anything that's good if it's sent to the graveyard at the moment. And we've got Red Eye Spirit, yes we do. Mythical Beast Garuda. This is a fun card. If you have no cards in your other Pendulum Zone, you can target one spell trap on the field, destroy it, and this card. So it's just a free like little spell trap destruction. And then each time a spell card is activated, place one spell counter on this card when the spell resolves. When your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can remove 3 spell counters from the field, summon this from your hand, and return the opponent's monster to the hand. So if we ever get more spell counter stuff, this could be really good because it's essentially like a hand trap that bounces something. It's very neat, but I don't think we have the stuff for it at the moment. Next up, we got another Tribe Drive. The second one, we got Chronicle Sorceress, which we already have. We've got Queen Dragon Dijin and Morphtronic Scanner. Let's get back into it. One more win and we rank up in gold. We're making progress today, boyos and girlos and other rows, the non-binary serial. It's more likely than you think. I think we're gonna have another disconnect. So I made that whole joke for nothing. All right, if we win this one, we win this one. And if we win this one, we rank up. So we would like to win this one, and others as well. But this one especially. Although we'll get another chance, assuming it loads. Would it load? Do you feel like loading tonight, buddy? There you go. I knew you could make it. I just had to believe. All right, this is pretty much what you want to see. They're blinking already. Okay. For a second, I thought we were just donezo. Hello, it is me, Longwan. I will send this Shinutha down on the whatever. Summon a token, you know it. And then we'll go ahead and make the man, the myth, the legend, the worm, Sword Soul Champion. And 1200. And at the risk of putting all our eggs in one basket, I will normal summon Mystery Shell Dragon. And then we might have to discard Divine Wrath for Divine Wrath, which kind of sucks, but, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's like Inspector Gadget used to say. Brown bricks. That's a little joke just for me and Mr. Metal. We just have a thing going back and forth. Everyone else can enjoy it, I guess. But Inspector Gadget was indeed always saying this. It's been marked in the book of the law. I checked it out from the library once to look, and I was like, oh, wow, they got every single time he mentioned it in here. It's weird, I thought this would be like more esoteric, like magic or whatever. It has like Aleister Crowley's name on it. That guy was like a weirdo. He did all sorts of crazy magical shit. Or at least he claimed to. The thing is it's like weird sex magic, which I mean, I guess kind of makes sense. Like, sex is the thing that creates life. So if anything's gonna be magical, it would probably be that. But I get the feeling that he was much more into the sex part than the magic part. And he would just, you know, his mom would come knocking on his door and be like, what are you doing in there? And he'd be like, I'm doing magic. You know, do you want mystical stuff done or not? And then he died in like the 1800s, and then like 100 years later, Konami created an archetype based off of him. And, you know, I guess it's not too weird, but it'd be like having a guy named Rasputin. Although, to be fair, I think I'd have to look this up, but I seem to recall hearing that like Rasputin wasn't actually all that weird. Like, he was kind of like a mystical guy, but apparently his like mystical advice when the Tsar's son was sick was like, let him outside. Let him run around like and get some fresh air. And back at the time that went against what early doctors thought, because they were like, there's stuff out in the air that can make you sick. So if someone's not feeling good, if they're having like a depressive mood, you need to lock them in a dark room and don't let them see the sun or get any fresh air. And so he was really weird for coming out. I mean, he didn't have like a good reason for it. He was just like, let him out into God's light. I have foreseen it. Well, like, it ended up working out very well. And then it was just like, well, the Tsar was a tyrannical bastard who like got Russia into World War I and sent a bunch of people off to die. And Rasputin was his like friend, or not his friend, his like confidant? He was like his priest or whatever. So people would whisper that he had like mystical powers and shit, and it got like spread around that he had like this he was like an evil dude. But I think as far as history is concerned, he never did any, he never like sacrificed people or did weird magic. That's all the Anastasia movies that turn him into an evil wizard. What about his death? I mean, his death was crazy, but at the same time, it's like, you know, people like to imply, if you don't know, Rasputin was famously like, they like poisoned him, and then they're like, he'll be fine, and he like threw up and like kept going, so they stabbed him, and then they like ran away, and he was like still kind of walking around like a half an hour later, so they shot him, and then he got up from that, so they tried to hang him, and that didn't like work properly, so then they like eventually like threw him in the river. So when they found him, it was like, this guy must have been immortal. They tried to kill him like 9 times. Well, we don't know when the timeline was, like, and we don't know how competent these assassins were. It's possible they just messed up a whole bunch.
Huh?
So, you know, historical fun facts while we wait for the time limit. I'm so glad we live in the podcast dimension, where everything just slowly morphs into a podcast. Give me the pod. Oh yeah, and that was the rank up match. I forgot. Alright, we got 10 legacy packs. Let's go ahead and crack them open, see what we got. Wait, what am I doing? Skip it, close your eyes, whatever. Ojama Simulation. It's an Ojama card. War Lion Ritual. It summons Super War Lion. I am unfamiliar with this thing. Mystic Lamp. It can attack directly. Neat. Serpentine Princess. If this face-up card is shuffled from the field into the deck, special summon a level 3 or lower monster from your deck. Very creepy art, I tell you what. She got them big jowls. Dragon Manipulator. Flip. Take control of a dragon till the end of the turn. I guess so. Hero Kid. It's special summoned. You could special summon any number of Hero Kids from your deck. Good in the Sprite. Sprite can use this, I think. Possibly. Whirlwind Weasel. Flip. Your opponent can't activate any spell traps. Not very good. Dragunity Javelin is another Dragunity card. Ganbara Lancer. When this card is normal summoned, you could special summon another copy of itself from your hand or graveyard. Probably won't be doing that. Terra the Terrible. It sure is. Psychic Kappa. It sure is. Skulldog Marin. Poor dog. Rest in Rebirth. Increase your life by 500 when a card returns to the hand. Refusion. Pay 800. Target a fusion in the graveyard. Summon it. Equip it with this card. Hey, just bring it back. Curse of Royal. But I'll never be royal. You can call me Queen Bee. When a spell card is activated that targets one spell trap on the field and no other cards and would destroy it, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Funny. Spell Stopping Statute. Activate when your opponent activates a continuous spell. Negate it. Okay. Terrible Deal. Pay 1,000 life points when your opponent activates a spell card. Your opponent randomly discards a card. Sure, buddy. Dual Wield, another good 6 samurai card. Scrum Force. While you control 2 or more defense position monsters, your opponent cannot attack defense position with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you could destroy one other spell trap instead. Subsurface Stage Divers. If you control exactly 3 non-token monsters with the same name and no other monsters, you can add 3 monsters with the same name as each other from your deck to your hand. For the rest of the turn after this resolves, you cannot normal summon or special summon the added monster's name or activate their effects. Pretty bad. I don't think any of these will see play. Maybe the Hero Kids eventually, maybe the Dual Wield if we play 6 Samurais, but I doubt it. Okay, we get 1 pack for defeating our gold opponent. I forgot to do the ironic quotes, but you know. Apprentice Magician. I know she's doing like a kick thing, but I always imagine her as like dancing, like kind of hopping on one foot, doing the like yata dance. If this card is summoned, target 1 face-up card on the field that you can place a spell counter on. Place a spell counter on it. When this card is destroyed by battle, special summon a level 2 or lower spellcaster from your deck, face down. Not very good. Ghost Trick Warwolf. This is the burn win con for the Ghost Trick deck. Once per turn, you can change this face down. When it's flipped face up, inflict 100 damage for each set card on the field. So if you have 4 set monsters and 5 set spell traps and all your opponent's monsters, it's like 1,500 every turn, and you can do it during your turn and your opponent's turn. It's not too hard to burn people. Then we got Lightsworn Sanctuary, which is something we already got. Another Centurion Gargoyle. Frightfur March. Counter Trap. When your opponent's spell trap or monster is activated, if that targets a Frightfur monster, negate it, destroy it, then send 1 targeted Frightfur to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon a level 8 or higher Frightfur from your extra deck. It is treated as a fusion summon. During your next end phase, banish the monster summoned by this effect. Not great. Symphonic Warrior Bases. Once per turn, you can target 1 Symphonic Warrior on the field, increase its level by the number of cards in your hand until the end of the turn. Banish this from your graveyard, target a Symphonic Warrior you control, increase that target's level by the number of cards in your hand until the end of the turn. Level Manipulation, not great. Meteoractor Melt Through. When this is activated, excavate the top 6 cards of your deck, then place them on top of your deck in any order. Once per turn, you can pay 1,500. Special summon a Meteoractor Ixie from your extra deck using a level 3 normal you control as material. This is treated as an Ixie summon. You cannot summon for the rest of the turn except for Ixies. If an Ixie monster is Ixie summoned, you can attach the top card of your deck to 1 Meteoractor. I would need Meteoractors to make this work, but if I have the Ixie, then we can make like a normal monster deck. That would be neat. And the last one is the Prime Monarch. Okay. So nothing revolutionary, really. And then we get another one for persisting against the horrors, for continuing in the face of adversity. What do we get for ranking up in gold? It is Noble Knight Custonin, which we already have. Another King Scarlet. Resonance Insect. This is like a staple in like insect decks. I don't think we have any insect decks that are worth building, but if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add a level 5 or higher. If this card is banished, send an insect from your deck to the graveyard. Just good setup, good searching, things and stuff. Smile World. All monsters gain 100 for every monster on the field. Well, isn't that precious? Gem Knight Crystal. Big normal monster that doesn't see play. Another Mecha Phantom Beasts. A Mermail that we already have, and a Steamroid. This would have been useful like way early on, but we've way more than moved past it. If it attacks, it gains 500. If opponent attacks it, it loses 500. But I mean, going up to 2,300 on a normal monster, or not a normal summoned monster is pretty neat. Pretty neat. So nothing especially that's going to help us. We haven't been getting a whole lot of those. Let's go ahead. I'll try to get one more win. I want to end on at least like a duel where something happens. Nothing ever happens. Anyone can see. Nothing ever happens. No, nothing ever happens to me. Couldn't even get in a duel. No fundamental differences. I'm going second. I am a second going guy. Count to a 50 in the blink of my eye, and then I'll show you Wait, I still have Nemesis in this? Very tricky indeed. I think for now what we want to do is keep it a little simple. We're going to activate Nahada. Our opponent's on a 59 card deck. They are also the king of the pirates. Hi-yo, hi-yo. Maximum C. Well, they'll get one draw. So, Upstart Goblin. Normal summon. I will tribute it for this, and I will attack you for 2200. And then I will set a counter trap that negates all the things. Your move, Luffy. I think I need to negate that. Counter trap. Pillars of the Yang Zing. Get out of here. And then I'll blow up Tatooine. And then I'll special summon Ash Blossom. They're playing a meta deck, but unfortunately I'm playing a bad deck, so they don't really know how to deal with that. Wakasha! Oh hey, Chaos Mirage Dragon. Let's see. Send one worm from the deck to the graveyard. Hey bud, you got a light? Ah. Another Maxi. I'm sorry, another Ash Blossom. So we special summon. We normal summon. Gonna do this. We're gonna banish you, you, and you. Special summon. But it came back. We even need to use the effect. 16, 22, go Protoss. Your hand traps won't help you today, Luffy. There we go. You know what? I'm fine with ending on that. That at least we did a cool combo. We did a thing. I had to navigate like a menu. Protoss got in there. Let's see what we got. That was a hero deck. I guess I should have known from Fusion Destiny, but like anyone can play Fusion Destiny. They must have just opened all the hand traps in Hand Trap City. Alright, so we do still have a couple secret packs left, but we also got a couple of these World Championship Qualifiers packs. I didn't play in the World Championship Qualifier, but as soon as you load it up just to get rid of the red exclamation mark, they give you a couple packs. So I figure we'll just count these as our bonus pack this time and see what we get. There's a couple neat things in here. I believe these are like 2-card packs though, and most of them are not relevant, but we'll find out. We got Spear Shark. When this card is normal summoned, you can increase the level of all level 3 fishes by 1, and it does piercing damage. And Cyber Shark. If you control water, you can normal summon this without tributing. Another free level 5. And then this one is pretending to be shiny, but I bet it ain't. I bet wrong, you know. Oh, fish! When a monster effect is activated, shuffle a banished fish, sea serpent, or aqua into the deck, negate the activation, destroy it. And our final, Fish and Bids. At the start of the main phase, banish 1 card from your hand. Your opponent can banish 2 cards from their hand, and if they do not, you can take 2 fish monsters from your deck and either banish both of them or send them to the graveyard. But you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except fish. So I guess a couple things to add to the water pile, possibly. I mean, they are all new cards. None of them are all that useful. We won't be getting the Stealth Kraken, but, you know, we tried. Let's get our Master Pack. It's the last Master Pack of the night. Open up, see what got when we get a fight. Ha! Mythic Tree Dragon. Once per turn, you can target a water dragon. This card's level becomes that card's level. His name is my name too. I know there's a card that like pairs with that, but I don't think they were ever all that useful. Oh hey, Crystron Rosenix. We can use this to summon Citri from the deck and then make a level 6 Synchro. We don't have any good machines that are going to be useful for that, but we could do it. We ever make like a machine deck or a water deck or just want to go harder in on that. And that's pretty much what it does, is destroy itself, then summon a Crystron Tuner from the deck. You can also banish it from the graveyard to make a token, but it can't be tributed. Next up, we've got Naturia Beetle. Each time a spell card is activated, switch the original attack and defense of this card. Very, very silly card. I could understand if it was like, you activate it and it like gains attack, but no, it just swaps back and forth forever. Not the most useful thing. Cyber Dark Dragon. This takes all 3 of the named Cyberdark cards, must be fusion summoned. When it's summoned, you can target a dragon in your graveyard, equip it, gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped, plus 100 attack for every card in your graveyard. If it would be destroyed by battle, destroy the monster instead. So this is terrible, and we would never play it. I think we might need to use it for like something bigger if we ever get that, but we're nowhere near getting that. And we got a Gladiator Beast we already got. Another Gunkan Su-Ship Shari, which is good for the normal deck, and because this isn't the first one we've gotten, that's now another level 4 normal monster that we can use with Rescue Rabbit to get something. I don't know if we have anything that we can do with aquas or fires specifically, but also if we do end up making the Chaos Max deck, having another normal monster we can use for high ritual art that also has 0 defense could be useful. A decent pickup. Then we've got Eldlixir of White Destiny. Summon a zombie from your hand or graveyard, but if you control no Eldritch, you can only summon Eldritch, and there's only one Eldritch, so and we don't have Eldritch, so yeah, it's not good at the moment. And our last one, Template Skipper, which we've already got. So nothing too game-changing. I mean, we did pick up some stuff earlier tonight that we might be able to make some decks. I'll have to go back and look at everything. Since we've had a session of playing the Worm Pile and we got up into gold, next time I think we'll try to experiment around a little bit more. I don't know, I still, the episode we recorded last time where we're like, let's try Tri-Brigade, and then we only won like 3 games all night, that hasn't gone up yet at the time of recording this. So I don't know what the reaction is to that, if people want to see more goofy attempts at stuff, or if they prefer when we stick with what works and see if that can work, at least for now. As always, let me know down in the comments. I do like to read those comments, and they help out the channel. So does liking the video, so does just subscribing, so does ringing the bell. But the thing that helps the channel most is if you join the Patreon. Joining the Patreon directly supports the channel. Then it doesn't matter really how many subscribers or ad revenue I get or whatever. As long as I can get a steady line of patrons or whatever, I can keep pumping these out. I can keep affording to buy pizza and house mortgage. Wow, I'm tired. You get the idea though. You can support that. There's a link down in the description. It's like the top link. Thank you once again for joining me. Thank you to chat. Thank you to Critter for joining us as well. And thank you to the editor, Mr. Metal. Until next time, good luck and have fun.